Imagine this. Your phone rings, caller ID flashes, Wells Fargo Bank. Pretty normal, right?
Mm,
Then this calm, convincing voice comes on, warns you about some fraud on your account.
okay.
Your first thought is probably, oh, great, the bank's on top of things. You feel relieved.
Sure, you trust the caller ID.
Exactly. But what if that call, even though everything looks and sounds legit, is actually a really sophisticated scam
Ugh,
designed to just, well, steal your money or your info?
that's scary.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're going deep into this alarming wave of scam calls impersonating Wells Fargo, and they're frighteningly accurate.
They've really upped their game.
They really have. These fraudsters have got it down so well that the caller ID on your phone actually shows real bank numbers.
Wow.
So our mission here is to unpack how these scams work, give you those aha moments, and most importantly, equip you with the knowledge to protect yourself.
And we've got some good sources for this. We've pulled together insights from lots of user reports online. There's this one Reddit thread that's just packed with firsthand stories, really revealing stuff.
Yeah, sounds like it.
And we're also looking at official warnings straight from Wells Fargo itself.
Yeah.
So we get the bank side, too. Gives us the full picture of this threat.
Okay, so let's start with the big question, the sort of central mystery. How on earth can these scam calls look like they're coming from Wells Fargo's actual contact number?
Yeah.
I mean, checking caller ID is like step one these days, isn't it? What's the trick? How do they get past that initial check?
Right. Well, what's fascinating and kind of worrying is how they use something called call spoofing.
Spoofing.
Yeah. In simple terms, scammers deliberately change the caller ID info. So it displays a different number than the one they're actually calling from.
So they're just faking it.
Exactly. And it's not amateur hour. They aren't just random numbers. They specifically pick official Wells Fargo lines. Numbers you might even find on Google listed as legit bank contacts. Yes. And that just immediately lowers your guard, right? You glance at your phone, see Wells Fargo Bank.
And you trust it.
You trust it. It's a really clever exploitation of that technology. Very concerning.
And it works because it's visual. We trust what we see, and our sources definitely confirm this isn't just happening now and then.
Hmm?
We've got users reporting multiple people in the same house, right?
Yeah.
Totally separate accounts.
Getting the same call.
Getting calls that both showed Wells Fargo Bank on the caller ID, all from these spoofed numbers. It feels like a coordinated thing, not just random luck.
It definitely suggests a more targeted approach.
But okay, spoofing the number, as bad as that is, it's just the start, isn't it? The sources show these scammers do way more. They build this whole convincing performance.
Oh, absolutely. It's not just the number. It's a full-on psychological play.
How so?
Well, the reports show they're mimicking the Wells Fargo fraud department incredibly well. We're talking automated systems, voice prompts that sound just like the bank.
Like the real thing.
Exactly like the real thing. Even the security questions they ask seem identical to the bank's actual process. They make it look, sound, and feel totally official.
So it's not just spoofing, it's like identity theft for the whole call center experience.
Pretty much. And this raises a key point.
Yeah.
How do they pull off being so convincing? It's not just the tech. They're tapping into our psychology.
Our trust?
Our trust and authority, yeah. Our instinct to protect our money and our tendency to, well, panic when we think there's a threat.
Right.
They turn our own instincts against us.
That is insidious. And once they've got that trust with the fancy mimicry, the next move, from what I'm reading, is hitting that panic button, right? Urgency.
That's the classic tactic. They'll warn you about fake charges, maybe say your card's been compromised, something to make you freak out.
Creates immediate panic.
Right. And it pressures you into acting immediately without thinking it through. You don't get time to pause, to verify. You're just reacting.
It makes you think, doesn't it? How often are we multitasking, stressed out, and some urgent message pops up and we just jump?
They count on that. They prey on that modern, always-on, high-stress lifestyle.
Yeah.
They know a calm person might hang up and call the bank back directly. But someone panicking about losing money, much more likely to just do what they're told.
Okay, let's make this really concrete. Let's get into some of those real-life stories from the sources. They really show the danger.
Yeah, the human element is important.
We heard from one user. They described nearly falling for what they called a highly convincing scam. The automated system was so good, get this, it even accepted fake card details at first.
Wow, really? So it felt completely real.
Totally. Made them think they were genuinely talking to the bank. But then came the slip-up. The big red flag.
What was it?
The scam fell apart because of excessive requests. Specifically, they asked for the PIN and the expiration date.
And boom, that's
Bad.
the giveaway.
Exactly.
Wells Fargo has been crystal clear about this, and everyone needs to burn this into their brain. Bank employees will never ask for your PI, or your password, or those one-time access codes they text you.
Never, ever.
Never, ever. That's like rule number one for any bank. If anyone asks for those, phone, email, whatever, it's a massive red flag. Alarm bells should be ringing.
Good point.
And it's also worth mentioning, for that user, no actual fraud alert ever showed up on the official Wells Fargo website or app. Another check you should always do.
Right. Check the official channels yourself. Okay, another account just hammers home that caller ID spoofing point we made earlier. Multiple family members, totally unrelated accounts, all getting these spoofed calls, pushing those fake charges to induce panic.
And that lines up perfectly with the official warnings. Our sources show Wells Fargo's own website specifically warns customers about this exact call spoofing tactic.
So the bank knows this specific method is out there.
Oh yeah, this isn't new to them. It highlights that they know it's happening and it's an ongoing battle. It's like this constant cat and mouse game, and the cat is getting dangerously smart.
That's a good way to put it. Then there's this really chilling story about retargeting.
Retargeting? You mean going after the same victim again?
Yeah. One user shared how scammers actually followed up after their elderly relative's card had already been compromised.
Oh, that's low.
Right. They called pretending to be the Wells Fargo fraud team, saying they were activating security measures on her new card.
So they preyed on her vulnerability and relief.
Exactly. You can just imagine her thinking, oh, thank goodness the bank is helping me fix this.
But they weren't.
No, in reality, they were trying to trick her into reading out her new card numbers, doubling down on the attack by exploiting her relief. And the previous incident, it's just cruel.
Yeah, what's fascinating and really disturbing there is that persistence. And the new angles they try. It shows they profile victims. They understand that someone who's just been hit is anxious, maybe desperate for help.
Making them ripe for a rescue scam.
Precisely. The scammer pretends to be the solution to the problem they either caused or are exploiting. It's incredibly manipulative.
Okay, and one last account here. A near miss. Saved by actual bank intervention.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, this user admitted they almost fell for it. They were that close to actually sending money. Just think about that. The scam was so convincing, they were ready to wire funds directly to criminals.
That just shows how effective these scams are.
Thankfully, the real Wells Fargo fraud team caught it, stepped in, issued new cards, blocked payments, reset logins, the whole 9 yards.
Wow.
But it was a really close call, and it just proves how incredibly dangerous these things are and why we all need to be so vigilant.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power here.
So, okay, we've heard the scary stuff. What does this actually mean for you listening right now? How do you put up that personal shield? We've boiled down the advice, mostly from Wells Fargo itself, and it's pretty straightforward.
Good. Let's get practical.
Okay, the number one principle, repeat it like a mantra. Wells Fargo will never ask for your PI, your password, any one-time access codes, or tell you to send money to anyone. Not even to catch a scammer.
Never.
Yep.
Full stop. If anyone asks for those, that's your signal.
Right. So if a call feels even slightly off, slightly suspicious, or if they ask for any of that forbidden info.
Don't give them anything.
Exactly. Do not share anything. Your immediate move should be hang up. Just end the call.
Yeah.
Don't argue. Don't engage.
Just hang up. Don't worry about being rude.
Not at all. And here's the crucial next step for verification. If you are worried there might be a real issue,
You call the bank.
you call Wells Fargo directly, use the number on the back of your card, or find the official number on their verified website. The key is you initiate the call to a number you know is real.
That puts you back in control. Takes it away from the potential scammer.
Exactly.
And look, while these scammers are getting smarter all the time,
Yeah.
just staying alert and knowing these specific red flags is honestly your best defense. It's about being proactive, thinking before you react. Wells Fargo also has a detailed 5-step guide on their site to help people avoid these scams. Might be worth looking up if you want more detail, but
Yeah.
the core message is your bank won't rush you, and they won't ask for that super sensitive info in an unsolicited call.
Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive, I think the biggest takeaway is trust your gut.
Absolutely.
Even if that caller ID looks perfect, even if the voice sounds professional, never, ever share sensitive financial info over a call you didn't make. Your intuition is a powerful tool here.
It really is. And maybe this leaves you, the listener, with a question to think about.
Oh.
Given how easily digital identities and communications can be faked, now we've talked about call spoofing, the social engineering.
Yeah.
How might this understanding apply to other digital interactions?
Like emails, texts.
Exactly. Emails, texts, social media messages, even those urgent pop-ups you sometimes see online.
Yeah.
How can you apply this same skepticism?
That's a great point. It's a bigger issue than just phone calls.
For sure.
Yeah.
In this digital world, which is getting more complex by the day, critical thinking, a bit of healthy skepticism, they aren't just for avoiding this one scam. They're essential tools for figuring out what's real and protecting yourself everywhere online.
Stay vigilant, stay informed.
And question anything that just feels a little bit off.